So when you would call and talk to Mother, you would kind of think, really what you were needing is some encouragement that if you were struggling or whatever, that God would see you through it. And boy, she let you know that He would see you through it. And that meant a lot to us. And so at the birthday parties, the graduations, the Scout Awards, and goodness knows the holiday events, she was there, and we felt that was our center and our core and our anchor. So she led us to believe that life was beautiful, and it would even be more beautiful when we go on to meet our Heavenly Father. She herself was a beautiful person, and when we attended her 90th birthday celebration, people from Covenant Manor and Heritage House would come up and say, you know, your mother is a very beautiful person. And I said, yes, and it seems every year she gets more beautiful. I think of the time when, you know, I called her and said, Mother, how would you like to come to Stoughton for Thanksgiving? I talked to Sharon and Gil said that you could ride with them. Well, you'd think she would jump at the chance because she always liked to visit, but there was a word of caution there, and I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. And I said, you're hesitating. Well, I'll have to check first to see if I can get an appointment at the beauty shop. Because she always liked to look nice. And this morning she truly did, and that was great. So she really had a twinkle in her eye and a countenance about her that made her beautiful, that reflected her inside and inner belief, and that we very much treasure. And I think she was also a person that sometimes really had an opportunity to develop a living faith and trust in God. And I think at the time when I was living in Wisconsin Rapids and administrator of Riverview Hospital, she called me that morning and she said, what's the weather like down there? I looked out the window and I said, Mom, the weather is fine. We look forward to your arrival. Why don't you go ahead and jump in your car and drive down and see us? And she says, I'm on my way. Well, I looked out of my office window about an hour later, and my goodness, it was sleeting rain coming down. I checked the weather report. It says there would be a major drop in temperature. There was ice on the roads, and we were getting calls. The director of nursing stopped in and said that staff were having difficulty getting into work, and we were asking people to stay and do a double shift. Well, I probably shouldn't have been paid for that day because I tell you I was useless. And I was really uptight about telling Mother to go ahead and get in her car. And goodness, I don't know how anyone could make it from Ironwood to Wisconsin Rapids. Well, would you believe that afternoon she walked into my office at the hospital, safe. And God drove the car. So He was with her all the time, often, and when she got a little lost or mixed up, He guided her for the right thing. I would call Mother sometimes on the phone and say, Hi, Mom. How did your day go today? Oh, I had a wonderful day, she would say. Well, what did you do? Oh, I worked on my files. But, Mom, that's what you told me last week. And then it never clicked on me what that really meant. That was her process of reminiscing and working with her memories. Going through her files was a way for her to really reminisce and recall the good times and what life has meant go by